Meghan Markle vs Boris Johnson, how Duchess and PM could clash over Brexit at Balmoral. Meghan Markle and the new Prime Minister are likely to meet over the summer. But they could clash over Brexit if the conversation turns political. Boris Johnson and Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex, met in 2018 before Meghan married into the royal family and Boris became Prime Minister. But while they were all smiles at the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, the two have differing world views in many ways. And while the royals keep their political views strictly private, Meghan has only been a royal for a little over a year. Before she met Harry, she was free to express her opinions. In an Instagram post on Meghan's now-deleted account in July 2016, shortly before the EU referendum, Meghan posted a picture of a woman holding a placard at an anti-Brexit march in London. The placard said, "If you leave me now, you take away the biggest part of me," a reference to the 1976 Chicago pop ballad. Captioning the post, the Duchess wrote, "If you leave me now. #Brexit, #Parliament, #referendum, #London." Mr. Johnson, an ardent Brexiteer, could clash with the Duchess if they end up at Balmoral over the summer at the same time, with plenty of time for long chats behind closed doors. But Meghan isn't the only member of the royal family who might be slightly put out by the new Prime Minister. The Queen will face an awkward decision if Mr. Johnson chooses to bring his girlfriend, Carrie Simons, with him to Balmoral. According to royal protocol, unmarried couples who are guests of the Queen at any of her residences are not permitted to stay overnight. The royal protocol even applied to Meghan and Prince Harry at Christmas in 2017 when they visited the Queen at Sandringham. The engaged couple were forced to stay overnight at Anmer Hall, the nearby home of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. A year later, the married couple were allowed to sleep overnight at Sandringham. If Mr. Johnson and Ms. Simons do not get married before September, the Queen may be forced to break royal protocol. However, Mr. Johnson and Ms. Simons could stay in a lodge on the estate, but this could be viewed as an unnecessary snub. The Queen might instead decide it's time to relax the rules. Buckingham Palace declined to comment on issues of protocol. This news comes as it has been confirmed that Ms. Simons has now moved into Downing Street, making this the first non-married couple to live together in number 10. Mr. Johnson is still married to estranged wife Marina Wheeler, with whom he has 4 children. The surprising thing Meghan Markle and UK PM Boris Johnson have in common. The new Prime Minister of Britain has a tough task ahead of him and a very narrow window to prove that he can do it. However, if he does have the royal family behind him, that task could become much simpler. Or so, he would hope. Recently, the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom made a claim that he shares something in common with the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle: their taste in wines. Boris Johnson reportedly revealed that they both share the same love of £1.80 a bottle red wine. The Brexiteer reportedly admitted that he's more of a wine man despite sharing a pint with many a voter, and he's particularly partial to a red Tignanello. Johnson told Politico, "Someone bought me a crate of it and I had no idea how expensive it was, and I was just glugging it back. It's extraordinary stuff, but I mean it was delicious." Boris Johnson seems to have quite a lot of time to ponder on wines, when his country is at a crossroad. Johnson has a monumental task ahead of him, but it might be reassuring to see him so calm and unperturbed. "I discovered later that it was the favorite wine of Meghan Markle," he added. But to some, this nonchalance might be cause for concern. So far, the Queen and the royal family's stand on Brexit are muddled at best. But if push comes to shove, the Queen could be asked to withhold royal assent for a Brexit bill, which would be quite a shocking move. So, Boris Johnson might have the right idea. Ingratiating yourself to the royal family could help his cause.